Did you just finish reading Fearless and now you're wondering what comes next after this? Is the Powerless Universe truly over? Well, I'm gonna share my theories with you. Theory number 1. Let's talk about Blair and Lenny. In this book, Lenny became Blair's guard. At first, he was protective of her, but it came off as if he was doing it as part of his job. But as the book progressed, we saw glimpses that hinted at something potentially blossoming between the two of them. You can see it in the way he sympathized with her. You can see it in the way that Lenny defended her character. Even Kai himself noticed how they complemented each other. We also noticed some bickering and nicknames that they threw at each other, as well as this scene in which Lenny was bringing 2 plates of food to dine with Blair. And during the infamous fire scene, Blair kept provoking Peyton even though she knew what Peyton was capable of and what she intended to do with her. Peyton acknowledges that herself after the fact, mentioning that Blair practically begged her to come into her room, which leads me to believe that this fight was staged together with Lenny, especially because he had previously mentioned how he found Blair's situation to be quite unfair and not sustainable in the long term. There's a moment during the fire scene when Blair looks at Lenny as though she were signaling something to him. And right after that signaling, the fire started. So I think that the fire was intentional. Either Lenny, after Blair's signals, knocked over some candles, or Blair used her telepowers to knock the candles over herself. Now the fight ended pretty abruptly with Peyton losing consciousness. That is quite convenient for Lenny to save both of them, as he later states that he got rid of the body, but nobody else saw anything. But who can prove that? Also, when talking with Peyton about the fire, he acted very nonchalant, and when Peyton asked why he didn't seem to care a lot about her passing, he replied, "I will see her again." At that point, we all thought that he was referring in another life, but it sounded quite suspicious. That is, until the last chapter of the book, before the epilogue, where we found out that Blair was alive in Tando. And what did Lenny request Peyton the night of her wedding day? He asked her to be relieved of his post so that he could travel to Dor or Tando. I wonder why. I think something blossomed between Blair and Lenny while he was stationed as her guard. They staged the fire and planned her escape, and he asked to be relieved of his post so he could meet Blair and live together. This is the first theory, so make sure to follow me to find out about the rest. I've also created a lengthy video where I go over all the theories and where I show you all the proof, so make sure to check that out.